Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Something big is happening. The EFF's top leadership, Sinawo Thambo, Julius Malema and Leanne Mathys have all launched an aggressive, coordinated attack on Operation Dudula. And this isn't some small war of words. This is a full-on declaration. Threats, ultimatums, even talk of killing off Dudula again. And all of it within the same news cycle. Why? What's pushing them? And what are they so afraid of? Today we'll be cutting through that noise, breaking down every argument, every tweet, and every piece of this agenda. We're not holding back. Let's get into it. So let's start with Sinawo Tambo, the EFF's national spokesperson. He took to X, claiming that the EFF defeated Operation Dudula in 2022 when it was led by Nhlanhla Lux, who he says turned out to be an ANC member. According to Sinawo, Dudula is nothing more than a state-sponsored project designed to shift blame away from the ANC's failures and onto foreigners, making South Africans believe illegal immigration is the real reason the economy is broken, jobs are scarce, and crime is rampant. Now, at first glance, that might sound like some deeply political analysis. But let's think for a second. If the ANC really did create Dudula as some kind of diversion tactic, wouldn't that plan backfire immediately? Because the obvious question South Africans would ask is this: who's responsible for securing the borders? Who's responsible for law and order? Who has the power to stop illegal immigration? The ANC itself. So blaming foreigners doesn't actually absolve them, it points the finger right back at them. So this argument is just weak. In fact, it's insulting. It assumes South Africans are stupid enough to say, oh no, it's not the ANC's fault, it's all these illegal foreigners. Meanwhile, we all know exactly who let those foreigners in. Every time I post a video about illegal immigration, whether it's a Zimbabwean hijacker or a Mozambican committing violent crime, the comments are always against the ANC. People are furious at them. Yes, they blame the criminals also, but they know that it's the ANC allowing all of this to happen. And Operation Dudula, they've never supported the ANC, not once. Their marches, their interviews, their campaigns, they've always been anti-ANC. So what's really going on here? Is Sinawo that out of touch, or is he pushing an agenda because someone is whispering in his ear? Or maybe he thinks South Africans are so gullible that they'll suddenly see the ANC as their heroes. If that's the play, then it's laughable. Then there's Julius Malema, the commander-in-chief. He called Operation Dudula a group of thugs that should be handled by the political killing task team. This is classic political framing. Paint patriots as criminals. But let's be real, if fighting for South African citizens, if demanding that laws be enforced and borders be secured makes you a thug, then every generation that fought against unjust laws was full of thugs. The Soweto uprising, thugs. Anti-apartheid activists, thugs. So this rhetoric is lazy and dangerous. And Malema doubles down, saying he refuses to support any movement blocking foreigners from hospitals, clinics, or schools. Sounds noble, right? But notice what's missing. There's zero acknowledgement of South Africans' struggles, no mention of mass deportations, no talks of actually fixing the system. Just open door policies at the expense of South Africans. He then takes a shot at other parties, Action SA, PA, IFP, MKP, you name it. He says they're blocking all these foreigners just because they want votes. Well, yeah, that's how democracy works, isn't it? You listen to your voters, and if they want action on immigration, you deliver just that. He seems to believe that politicians should ignore voters and only please themselves and I guess their funders. And that's the real problem with the EFF. Finally, we have Leanne Mathys, who said crime isn't caused by immigration but by failed governance, and compared South Africa to the UAE.
Commissar Sinawo was saying earlier when we were addressing the media that everything that is wrong with this country is because of who you vote for. There are countries like in the Dubai, the United Emirates. The majority of the labor force is immigrants, but they have crime under control. So the issue of crime is not related to immigration. It is related to a country, a government that cannot control, that has no will to control and do its duty as a government to protect the nation. That's what they are voted for, and they're failing to do something that basic. So if countries like the United Emirates can have law and order with the highest amount of immigration workers, and we're not even anywhere near there, what's wrong here? We have a useless government. So let's go out, let's build our strong branches.
Now, she's half right. A strong and effective government creates law and order. But here's the key difference. Most immigrants in the UAE are legal, heavily regulated, and face strict deportation for even minor crimes. I spoke to a Kenyan immigrant in Dubai once, and he told me, one mistake and you're gone. That's how seriously they enforce their borders and their laws. South Africa doesn't have that. Our borders are wide open, and criminals can cross in and out like it's nothing. Comparing us to the UAE is ridiculous because the systems are worlds apart. Leanne's point falls apart because she's ignoring the elephants in the room. We're not dealing with a legal immigrant workforce. We're dealing with waves of illegal immigration enabled by a weak and corrupt government. In this case, she seems to be smarter than Sinawo, but even she's twisting facts to fit a narrative. So what's happening here? The way I see it, this is all coordinated. The timing is too perfect. Sinawo's ultimatum about having 7 days to deal with Dudula, Malema's insults, Leanne's interviews suddenly being brought back. This smells like pressure from behind the scenes. Maybe donors, maybe international allies, maybe something else, but it's clear that the EFF is rattled. Dudula's grassroots movement has grown to the point where political elites are losing sleep. And instead of engaging honestly, they're trying to smear, threaten, and silence us. Mark my words. This battle isn't just about Operation Dudula. This is about who gets to control the narrative in South Africa. Are we going to let the elites tell us that demanding safe borders makes us criminals? That prioritizing South Africans is being thugs? That we should ignore the chaos right in front of us because it makes their ideology uncomfortable? Something is happening, a line is being drawn, and in the next few weeks, we're going to see exactly how far the political class is willing to go to shut this movement down. Stay alert, pay attention, and most importantly, don't let anyone convince you that loving your country is a crime. Watch the video on your left to see Johannesburg MMC declaring war on illegal foreigners. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Until next time.